Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Oh, that's a great line. Like, start with an ellipses, but the champagne did not save him. That's good.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Cole.
And you're listening to Borrowed Bones, a podcast about fucked up, interesting, and toxic families.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
It's part two.
part two
Yeah.
of Jekyll Island and that secret meeting.
Give us a little recap where we
All
left
right.
off. It's been a while.
Yes, we left off with this big secret meeting on Jekyll Island with only 6 men going.
And Jekyll Island is off the coast of
Georgia. Yes,
All right.
in the United States.
Yes. Not the country of Georgia.
Yes. And so these 6 men that are tied to some pretty important families, they basically represent these families, go to this island for a super secret meeting. And here's a reminder of who these gentlemen are. We have Senator Nelson Aldrich, who is basically in J.P. Morgan's pocket.
Okay.
So remember, we talked about a lot about John Pierpont Morgan.
Yeah. Pierpont.
Oh, that's such a funny name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pierpont. But yeah, so Senator Nelson Aldrich is in his pocket. He also has family ties to the Rockefellers because his daughter is married to a Rockefeller.
Okay.
So he's in it for the businesses, for the companies, right? He wants to help them out, but he works for the U.S. government. We also have Henry Davison, who is a partner of J.P. Morgan. We also have Paul Warburg, who is the partner of Kuhn and Loeb.
Warburg, the warthog. I don't know. I just gave him that nickname. I picture Danny DeVito, Frank Reynolds, the warthog. Yeah.
Okay.
Just his name if you think of the word warthog. I don't know.
All right.
Warthog of business.
Yes. If only he had that nickname back then.
Yeah.
The warthog of business.
Yeah. Get me the warthog.
We also have Frank Vanderlip, who is the vice president.
Vanderlip. William Longtooth. Sorry.
You didn't find that funny last episode?
I was sick last time.
You were sick.
I was on cold medicine. And, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Frank Vanderlip, he is the vice president of Rockefellers National City Bank of New York.
Okay.
Charles Norton, he is the president of J.P. Morgan's First National Bank of New York. And then we have Abram Andrew, who is the head of the National Monetary Commission, also known as the NMC. He is the head of the research staff, and he was recently made Assistant Secretary of the Treasury under President Taft. Okay. And he also did business with both the Rockefellers and the Morgans. So all of these men are obviously going to make the best decisions for the United States, not for themselves or their own interests, because they don't have anything in common. Nothing.
Because greed has a limit.
Yeah. Oh,
Eventually,
yes.
once you have enough, you're satisfied and you stop. That's what happens in capitalism. Yeah. You have enough for yourself, and then you just are naturally giving to others.
Anyway, let's go back to Jekyll Island. November 22nd, 1910. 2 days before Thanksgiving. You guys, I have been using Love Indus facial products for a bit now, and I am obsessed with their Freedom of Expression line limiter. It's basically liquid Botox. I put a small amount on my forehead creases, under my eyes, and my laugh lines, and instantly my lines are looking smoother. The Freedom of Expression line limiter has collagen in it, which definitely helps plump out the lines, and I love it. I can really tell instantly as soon as I put it on. I also have paired the Freedom of Expression line limiter with Love Indus's Amrutini True Brew Serum, and that firms my skin. I can actually feel it right after I put it on, that it feels tight and it looks tight. Amrutini True Brew Serum has quality ingredients to help the skin firm up and glow. Pairing these two products together has been like finding the holy grail. I'm closing in on 40, makeup isn't really sitting the same way on my face anymore, and I'm just very happy to have found Love Indus. They are making my transition into my 40s much smoother. See how punny I am? Go to loveindus.com to receive 21% off your purchase with promo code BONES. That's LOVEINDUS.com, promo code BONES.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right?
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Off they went to Jekyll Island, and this meeting was in total secrecy. Aldrich and Davison knew this meeting would raise quite a bit of eyebrows. Their ties to Wall Street would not go unnoticed. People knew who these men represented, who these men worked for. So they made a cover story. Aldrich said that they were all going on a duck hunting trip.
Oh, yeah. Duck hunting.
Yes. He instructed each of the men to come to the train terminal one at a time in New Jersey. They all boarded a private train car. They were all together in this private train car, but they boarded one at a time.
Yeah.
Warburg got so into this that he brought all of the things you would need for a duck hunt, even though he's never shot a duck in his life.
Oh, so he brought the actual accoutrement for duck hunting?
Yes.
Did he think they were really going duck hunting, or was he just for the cover story for any?
They're excited about this. They're like, oh, this is fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for the story.
Okay.
Once aboard the train, the men only used their first names so that no one could identify them.
Okay.
Vanderlip and Davison, they went even further, and according to Vanderlip's autobiography that he wrote years later, he says, Davison and I adopted even deeper disguises, abandoning our first names on the theory that we were always right. Davison called himself Wilbur, and Vanderlip went by Orville.
Oh.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah. Like when you said that once they're in the train car together, they only called each other by their first names. I'm like, well, don't most people who know each other just call each other by their first names?
Well, they purposely never said Mr. Vanderlip or anything.
Okay.
They didn't speak to the servants or the train car employees. They told they never spoke their last name, even to help.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ever. Vanderlip and Davison were so into this that they would call each other Wilbur and Orville for years after this meeting.
That was their little lover's name for each other?
Yep. And then the group of men, they referred to themselves as the First Name Club for decades afterwards. Yeah, they enjoyed this little boys club. Mm-hmm. Nothing's changed.
No girls allowed.
No girls allowed.
We ain't gay. No girls allowed. They banged. There's no way at least two of them at some point didn't whip something out.
Allegedly.
This is where the term circle jerk comes from, kids.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes.
All right. Once they were all together, they realized what?
No, I'm just... Go on with it.
Okay. Once they were all together, they realized that they had the same goal in mind, but different ideas of how to get there.
Yeah. We all want to be rich. We all want to be the richest man. Yeah. But we can't all be the richest man.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Warburg told Davison's biographer years later that figuring out the details was a desperately trying undertaking. And then he said they worked from early morning until late at night, but only they can tell us what they did and how hard they worked, and they seemed pretty dramatic.
From the crack of noon to 3 p.m. we worked.
Yeah.
Worked. Also,
right.
The term work is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah, and if we recall, Jekyll Island is a tourist spot. It's not even just for tourism. It's for the high society elite, for this club. It's you can't just go there if you're a normal human. Or you have to be super wealthy to really attend.
You can't be a plebeian going there.
Yeah. And so the fact that they're doing such hard labor and work, like, okay, sure, you guys spoke about this and did this, but you're not working from 6 a.m. to midnight. You're not doing that. So anyway, Vanderlip, in his autobiography that he wrote, he said, we had disappeared from the world onto a deserted island. We put in the most intense period of work that I've ever had. And he also added...
Probably not lying.
He actually probably is.
He's never worked, so when he says it's the most I've ever worked, 3 hours in a week, I know.
He also said it was entirely thrilling. Mm-hmm. Working that hard no one's going to say it's thrilling.
Also what you say after your first day on the job, maybe, as a teenager, like, oh, my first day.
Yeah.
I've never worked before, so it's new and it's a new thing. Yeah, you don't say that in your 20th year in a job.
That's true, The goal of this meeting at Jekyll Island was to make a Reserve Association of America, a single central bank with 15 branches all across the country. Each branch would be governed by boards of directors elected by the member banks in each district, and the larger banks would get more votes. Mm-hmm. And these branches would hold emergency backup money, the reserves, for the banks that were part of the National Reserve. They would print and distribute currency. They would lend money to banks when needed, and they would move money between regions. And they would also process and clear checks between banks. This is what the branches would do.
Okay.
And then the national office would set interest rates for the whole banking system, and it would buy and sell government securities, basically controlling the money supply and the economy. Okay. That's the most broken down version I could give it.
Gotcha.
This is not my language.
Yeah.
So I hope it makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments. Hey, I'll do my best. I cite all of my sources in the show notes. So if you want more clarity, look for yourself. But this is what this group of men wanted. This is what they wanted the outcome to be for the American economic system. Mm-hmm. Aldrich, he presented this plan that they formed on Jekyll Island. He presented it to the NMC, the National Monetary Commission, in January of 1911. So they're now done with Jekyll Island. Mm-hmm. They've left. They were there at the end of 1910. It's now the beginning of 1911. And Aldrich is now, look at this plan that I just have. And he never told anyone how it came about. It was just, surprise, here you go. Here's a plan. And then they worked on it a little bit more, and it turned into the Aldrich Bill, which was presented to Congress in the following year in 1912.
Okay.
The American public didn't like it. Because if you remember the last episode, the American public didn't want a central bank. They've been getting fucked over with it.
Who cares what the American public think?
Exactly. They're
Who gives
stupid.
a shit?
Yeah. Yep.
The more things change.
Mm-hmm. So the American public at that time was very skeptical and did not want this to happen because years leading up to it, if you remember the Panic of 1907, I'll bring that up again, but they knew who was pulling the strings here and they didn't like it. So they said, no, we don't want this. And it did not pass. The Aldrich Bill died.
Oh.
So, knowing that these rich fucks can't stop, a new initiative was rolled out. And it was a huge PR campaign. Want to get high? Maybe just a little bit? Just take the edge off? With Good Feels, you can do just that. Good Feels is a cannabis seltzer that is perfect for relaxation, enjoyment, or to take that edge off when you have to be around people and don't want to be. I feel that. Good Feels Cannabis Seltzer is sugar-free and made of high-quality, natural ingredients with flavors like blood orange, grapefruit, and pineapple mango. I finished a 6-pack of the pineapple mango and loved it. Not in one sitting. It was throughout the week, of course, but it was very nice to have one after I got home instead of alcohol. That's going to make me dehydrated and not feel so good the next day. If you're not into carbonation, no worries. Good Feels has you covered with mood boosters. These are drink enhancements you add to your water, controlling the amount of THC in your drink. I'm currently sipping on water that has been enhanced by the lemonade flavor, and I've got to tell you, it's pretty nice. Go to shop.getgoodfeels.com today and use our promo code BONES, BONES, to get 20% off. That's shop.getgoodfeels.com, promo code BONES. And remember, you got to be 21 to buy it. Shop.getgoodfeels.com, promo code BONES.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right?
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
The leaders of the New York banks, the Morgans, the Rockefellers, and so on, whatever, they contributed to a $5 million educational fund to finance professors at respected universities to endorse the concept of a central bank.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they bought off
Universities, professors, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
$5 million back then is about $171 million today. Yeah. But because money really is the way of the world, they still felt that America needed a central banking system, the government.
Okay.
They were still just like, well, we have to do this. I don't know why. They wouldn't think of something else. I mean, at the time, yes, the American economy was rough. The banks were still a little rough, but America just knew what they didn't want, the public. We were just like, we don't want this. This doesn't work. Try something else. And then the bankers were like, no, this is it. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. For some reason, we just didn't rise up and terminate them. Anyway.
There were riots and some violence and things like that.
Yeah, misdirected
early on.
probably.
I don't know. I didn't get
It
into
wasn't at these guys' houses.
No, it wasn't.
So, ergo, it wasn't in the right spot.
But yes, so the government was like, okay, we have to figure out how to push this through, even though the public doesn't want it. So Aldrich actually stepped down. They took his name off the bill. They're like, let's just separate this entirely.
They just rename it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just
Yes.
changed the name.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. But anyway.
Yes. They did reword it slightly. They used different wording to not make it seem so scary and central.
They dropped the. It's cleaner.
It's cleaner. Yes. And because of that, it passed. The Federal Reserve Act became law in 1913, effectively creating the Federal Reserve System.
Okay.
And the congressman named Carter Glass, he was the main one to help redo the bill. And they put his name on it, officially calling it the Glass-Owen bill, because there was another guy named Owen that helped. But Carter Glass was the main one to redo it.
Okay.
However, there still was a group of antitrust members of Congress that were starting to see all through this. They were like, no, this is not okay. Charles A. Lindbergh Sr. was actually one of these congressmen, and he spoke out against the Panic of 1907 and the big bankers. It's now 1913 and he's saying this stuff, but he's like, wait a minute, we're putting pieces together here. He said, we know that a few men control, by stock holdings and a community of interest, practically all the most important industries. These same few men control the finances of the country and may bring on a panic any day that such would suit their selfish ends. Yeah, he's calling them out.
Yeah.
So remember, the Panic of 1907 is when J.P. Morgan created the problem by running the Knickerbocker Bank into the ground and forcing them out.
Yeah.
And then he saved the economy by printing money and putting it into circulation.
Yeah.
Charles Lindbergh Sr. also said, the Panic of 1907 was the method by which those not favorable to the money trust could be squeezed out of the business and the people frightened into demanding changes in the banking and currency laws which the money trust would frame. He's just calling them out. He's like, you did this to scare the public. You closed down the weak and you scared the public into them now wanting your solution.
Yeah.
So these anti-money trust members of Congress, a lot of them formed a committee to investigate the Panic of 1907.
Okay.
Lindbergh was not on this committee. He just spoke out about it. But the committee was called the Pujo Committee. It was named after Congressman Pujo of Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Okay. As soon as you said from Louisiana, like, oh, that name makes sense now.
Yeah. His first name, I forgot to write it down, but it's like a French sounding, and I can't pronounce it anyway. So that's why I just put Congressman Pujo.
Yeah.
And he was the one that put it together in 1912.
All right.
In December of 1912, J.P. Morgan was called to testify under these Pujo hearings.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that he rehearsed for weeks, and that some family members even said the stress of his preparation is what killed him.
Oh, that's a shame.
In Washington, D.C., Samuel Untermeyer, he questioned John Pierpont Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So Untermeyer asked,
Untermeyer.
"Is it not your commercial credit based primarily upon money or property?" Morgan said, "No, sir. The first thing is character."
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your character? Greed embodied.
Yeah. Untermeyer, "Before money or property?" Morgan, "Before money or anything else. Money cannot buy it." Then Untermeyer asks, "Does the Wall Street speculation draw a great deal of money from this country?"
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, "I think so, yes." And then, "Would you favor legislation that would reduce the volume of speculation?" Morgan, "No." He wants speculation in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Untermeyer, "You would let speculation run riot?" Morgan, "Yes."
Okay. He's being honest and
He's admitting that he likes the chaos, and he only gives loans to people who bend the knee or who he likes.
Yeah.
Whoever's going to go along with him. He just was like, "Yep, that's who we are.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it." Okay. Why was he so stressed over this? I do not know. He didn't really have good answers. A few months later, on March 31st, 1913, J.P. Morgan died in Rome, Italy at 76 years old. He had gastroenteritis, which is the stomach flu.
Yeah.
And he was unable to eat or drink for days leading up to his death.
Oh.
Immediately after his death, JP's doctor, who's also his friend, said that his death was directly a result of the emotional strain that he endured during the Pujo hearings.
You got terminal stomach flu?
Yeah.
Because he was stressed? Why was he in Rome?
Oh, because his physician said he needs to go to Egypt after the hearings in order, because he got sick, that he got sick first in America.
Okay.
And because I also thought this too, so I went down the rabbit hole. His physician and friend said, "Go to Egypt for a change of scenery and it'll help you out." And then through that, he got sick he got sick more while on the Mediterranean. And then from landing in Egypt, he was sent to Rome because that's where he could get the best care.
If you're under the weather and your doctor's advice is you need to go across the world just to
Change
de-stress, whatever boat or plane on the way goes down.
According to the Evening World, a close friend of JP's confided to the Evening World, saying, "Mr. Morgan was ill with a nervous breakdown when he left New York. When the ship was stuck in the mud down by the bay, he did not feel well enough to go to the deck with the other passengers. Before the ship reached Alexandria, he was taken ill on the Mediterranean with acute gastroenteritis. He suffered horribly, and it was feared he would die on the ship."
Is he shitting himself probably? Shitting himself and throwing up?
Probably.
Yeah. Money can't buy that away either.
Listen to this, though. He was nourished with champagne when he could eat solids. Yeah.
If this were satire, it'd be almost too on the nose.
I know. This is the
he could
richest
hold
way
nothing
to die.
down but champagne, and he shed it right out.
I know.
He was so stressed from unveiling his monstrosity to the world at a Senate hearing that he had to get away from it all to Cairo.
Yeah. Alexandria,
whatever.
But the champagne did not save him.
Oh, that's a great line. Like, start with an ellipses, but the champagne did not save him. That's good.
I'll have to cut this and put this at the front or something.
I'm going to make a note of that,
Yeah.
but the champagne did not save them. That's good.
Morgan's death was not known to the public until two afters until 2 hours after he died.
Oh,
They said that they wanted to make sure his family in New York knew before hearing it from the public.
2 hours in 1913 isn't really that long.
Right. And it's nice to think like, oh, we don't want the public to tell the family. We don't want it to be in a news source or something first. However, though, it's also known that some people would have capitalized on Morgan's death and possibly cause a financial panic.
Wouldn't that be doing him proud to capitalize on his death?
Well, I'm assuming they're thinking of a rumor. Oh, Morgan's dead.
Oh.
Those banks are going to fail, right?
Yeah.
So withdraw. Come to us, and it was going to be 2 hours until the market opened in New York. And once the market is open, it's like solidified for that time. So then it's safe to say he's dead, and they have time to say, and in his stead, we have this, and everything's in order.
Okay.
But if the market isn't open yet, then you can do a lot of things still. Again, I don't know how it works. So you can do a lot of things before the market opens, but then once it's opened, it's done for that time until it closes again.
Mm-hmm.
Market manipulation.
Yeah.
So that's the end of JP Morgan. He dies after his questioning of the Pujo hearings. The end with him.
Yeah.
William Rockefeller Jr., who was a part of this as well, because he's the main Rockefeller that all of these gentlemen are connected with.
Mm-hmm.
He was also summoned for the hearings for the Panic of 1907, but he evaded the U.S. Marshals and he was running from them when they were trying to serve the subpoena.
Yeah.
He fled to Jekyll Island.
Oh. I thought he was going to flee like out of the country.
I thought he'd be smarter, but he didn't.
Yeah.
40 U.S. Marshals joined the hunt for William Rockefeller, and they were also helped by the Pinkertons. I don't know. They keep coming up. We might have to do an episode on them, but that's such an undertaking.
Yeah, Alan
Quite
Pinkerton.
a bit.
Yeah.
Eventually.
He started out, which is kind of funny. Side note, little side quest here. Alan Pinkerton in Scotland was a liberal union organizer. And then when he came to the U.S., he did the exact opposite and made his fortune busting unions.
Oh.
Well, I shouldn't say that. He died before they really got into, his company got into busting unions. But it's kind of ironic. But his politics shifted 180 once he came to the U.S.
He probably realized he got more money.
Yeah.
Like, again, money runs everything.
He
It's
fled
not one
Scotland
side or the other.
as a wanted criminal for his pro-union activities there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
And
probably
then he
got
founded his detective agency. And
Anyway, side quest.
Side quest. Yep.
Yeah. We will do that another time.
Yeah.
William Rockefeller, he stayed on Jekyll Island for weeks, and then he slipped out to sea on a yacht. And William's lawyer finally accepted the subpoena for him, and it ordered him to testify on January 13th, 1913.
Okay.
William said that his throat was too sore from surgery to testify and travel. He couldn't make it to Washington, D.C. And his attorney claimed that it could kill him. Can't do it. So the Pujo committee agreed to go to Jekyll Island and question him. And only after 4 questions, William Rockefeller began coughing violently, and his doctor insisted a halt to the proceedings. And the committee left with 0 information.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. And the Pujo committee achieved very little, basically nothing.
To this day, I don't really get the point of all these hearings we see. Like,
Yeah.
you see, the attorney general or whatever being questioned by these hearings all the time. Like, so what? What is the point of these?
What's the point of these congressional hearings if nothing comes of
what
it?
comes of it?
It just angers me, honestly. I'm just like, oh, great.
Oh, is this person going to lose their job because of what they're saying? No. Well,
Are they
then
going to see jail time,
is
penalties
anything
of
gonna
any
happen?
kind?
No.
Anyway,
back at it.
it's really hard doing these 2 episodes and not feeling super jaded about everything. Others were questioned in the Pujo committee as well. It was pretty boring, though, and I did find the whole report from 1913, and I'll have it linked in the show notes after this because it's pretty cool, but also boring, and I didn't want everyone to have to deal with that. So if you're interested, it's there. Also, in 1913, Lindbergh published a book, Charles Lindbergh Sr., coming back to him, and it's called Banking and Currency and the Money Trust. In it, he argued...
Like an engrossing title.
Yeah, I know, it's boring. I just like to point out how much people have been fighting against this and saying it for so long, but the government just hasn't given a fuck. Ever since the beginning. There's always been too many people on the higher up echelon that's like, well, my pockets are full, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Lindbergh says, the banker class manipulated the financial system and used personal relationships to influence the development of major industries such as railroad, oil, and steel. He's just pointing out the obvious.
Yeah.
And in Lindbergh's opinion, the public was at the whim of the banker class. He said, it is always the case we, the public, take the losses, and they, the bankers, take the profits.
That's not really an opinion. That's just...
It's fact.
It is.
Yeah. He says they wielded their power over the newspapers for the very purpose of beguiling the public into believing the things they want the public to believe. Basically, again, you guys manipulate the news sources. It's the same blueprint over and over and over and over.
That's how it goes.
The participants in the Jekyll Island meeting, they denied the meeting for nearly 20 years.
Oh.
They just kept denying it. So when JP Morgan died, no one knew about it. They kept it quiet, and it wasn't until Congressman Carter Glass, who came up with the second bill, he came out with a memoir in 1927. And it was called An Adventure in Constructive Finance. I know.
What the...
An adventure in constructive finance.
No, it's almost an oxymoron.
I know.
I'm like, no.
But in it, he takes all of the credit for all of the ideas in the Federal Reserve Act. He's like, that was all me, all of it. And so, of course, we can't let this man take the credit
for
what
duplicity.
we did. Yeah. So after that was published, the Jekyll Island group began speaking out. Andrew, Abram Andrew, Vanderlip, and Warburg, they all shared their story with Nelson Aldrich's biographer in 1930.
All right.
Because Glass came out in 1927, so 1930. They also would come out with their own books talking about their roles in creating the Aldrich Bill. And Warburg was like, hey guys, look at the similarities between the Aldrich Bill and the Carter-Owen Bill.
The Warthog is getting it done.
Bill. Yeah. The Warthog, he's getting it done.
He's rooting around, getting those acorns and morals.
Yeah. So even though they didn't speak until 1930, Senator Nelson Aldrich, he did die in 1915. That's why he had a biographer talking about him in 1930. He died in New York City in his home at 75 years old. I couldn't find out how he died, but at 75 in his home. Yeah.
It's like 100 back then.
I mean, it seems, it's pretty good. It's just like, if you have good genetics, you'll live pretty long. But if you have anything that happens to you in your 70s, pneumonia, the flu, something, you're not fighting that off without help.
I caught the flu on my Mediterranean voyage to de-stress.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I was here to make an offer on the pyramids.
But the champagne could not save him.
Alas, the champagne would not save him.
Henry Davison, he died in 1922 while undergoing an operation. He was having an operation on his brain to remove a tumor in 1922. I know.
Well, at least he lived long enough to see World War I.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Just say that. He got to see World War II, though. Just say about someone who died randomly. At least he got to see 9/11 happen.
Yeah.
What?
At least he saw the towers fall. What?
Put that in my obituary. He saw 9/11 on TV like everyone else, but not like he was there.
I don't remember it.
You remember 9/11.
Get it?
Oh, yeah.
I like telling people I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Because I was like 13.
9/11? You mean Rescue 911, the show? Yeah, I remember that show. It's 911.
Anyway, with Henry Davison, I found a New York Times article that it was kind of an obituary, but it was more of an editorial of his life. And I wanted to see, since it was in 1922, if there was any mention of Jekyll Island in there. And there wasn't. So I was like, okay, well, he didn't talk about it either.
Yeah.
At the end of the editorial, though, it does say, and I found this interesting, that the death of Mr. Davison probably will not interfere with the trip of J.P. Morgan and George Whitney, J.P. Morgan Jr.
Oh, okay.
And George Whitney, who are to sail on May 13th to attend a meeting of officials and international bankers to consider a loan to Germany.
There's a lot of 13s. The 13th of the months popping up a lot. On January 13th, on March 13th, on May 13th.
Let's add.
I'm not a numerologist by any means. I'm not into this. I'm just coincidence or coincidence.
Let's add to this conspiracy because most of this is really alleged. So fuck it. 13. There's something with it. Let's numbers, people, figure it out.
Yeah.
But I did just find that interesting that business as usual will continue though. Don't you worry. Yeah. Like what? Okay, can we just have this editorial? Yeah. Like what the fuck? Okay. William Rockefeller Jr., he died in June, also in 1922.
Of what?
Pneumonia.
Oh.
And according to this New York Times article, he died of pneumonia. He caught a cold in the rain, which led to pneumonia and then death, and he was 81 years old. But the interesting thing was that he died at his estate, Rockwood Hall, which is located in Sleepy Hollow.
Oh.
I don't know. I just love Sleepy Hollow.
He was found without a head.
Yeah.
He died of pneumonia, but his head was gone the following morn.
Yes. It was pneumonia that got him, though.
There was a jack-o'-lantern in its place.
Yeah. Paul Warburg, he died in January of 1932 at 64 years old.
That's kind of young for him.
Yeah.
For him.
You know him.
It's young for him. I don't know. Young for the crew. He's younger than the rest, apparently. If he was 64 in 1932, and the rest are all like 70s and 80s, dying 10 years ahead of him.
Yeah, that's true. So he was pretty young.
He was the run to the litter. He was the little boy in the group. I need to find
like a pig oink or something. Yeah. Some type of a pig
some
sound.
Effect,
yeah, I need to find that and add that in here.
The war dog.
There.
Pig out.
I did find his obituary in the Buffalo News and maybe not obituary, but a statement.
Yeah.
And the title of it was Banker who predicted Wall Street crash 6 months in advance succumbs at 64, ill since early last March. So he predicted the Wall Street crash 6 months in advance.
Okay.
1929. You know, the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
He was praised for warning about the Depression in 1929, stating that the over-speculation can ruin the market. So he's like, don't over-speculate. Let's not get wild with speculation. But like, is he really upset about this? Or is this kind of, again, tinfoil hat going on Sarah's head. Is this a true warning that he's like, whoa, guys, we're doing too much here? Or is this a dog whistle to other leaders in the banking world of like, it's about time.
Yeah.
Like, you guys should chill because it is going to happen now, what we've planned. I don't think they planned the Great Depression the way they planned the Panic of 1907, but I'll get more into it. That's all I'm going to say. Another thing I saw on this exact same newspaper, on the exact same page, was an article titled, Capitalistic System Doomed, saying that capitalism is like having one asthma attack after another without changing anything. Eventually, you'll die of an asthma attack if untreated.
Yes.
It's like, this is right next to each other. Holy shit. This author, the reporter, whoever, this guy, he thought that maybe the Great Depression was the final nail in the coffin for capitalism in America. He was like, this could be it, guys. This is it. And it wasn't. No. But he was at least a little hopeful in the middle of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
June 29th, 1937, Frank Vanderlip dies at the age of 72. And
what age? Say that again?
72.
72. Okay.
And in an article mentioning his death in the Morning World, he was said to be one of the nation's great financial masters.
Okay. Like, so what?
I know. Like, why do I care this much about this man? Yeah.
That's not an...
I don't
who
care.
Who gives a shit about how good someone is with finance? Who cares? Why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand that. I don't understand people who idolize others for being rich, just for being rich.
Yeah.
Like, all right, he's good with money and numbers and investments. I don't know. Doesn't make him an interesting person.
No, doesn't make him a good person.
Makes him decidedly uninteresting in my view.
Yeah. And there's just more and more, not even studies, but just facts coming out about the people who are the super wealthy, like the billionaire and the soon-to-be trillionaires and all that kind of stuff. It's impossible to do that without stepping on others.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do that without taking advantage of others. There are no good billionaires. There is not going to be one good trillionaire. There will not be that because if they are good people, they would have changed the world by now because they have the means to do so. They do. They have the money. People don't quite grasp how much $1 billion is. Everyone's always like, well, $1 million isn't that much. I'm not talking about $1 million, bitch. You're right. You can buy a house for $5 million. I get it. Billion? That's way different.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, this is a little intense, but I've been in this banking world for too long now. I got to get out. So let's talk about the Depression.
Yeah.
The Great Depression, now that all these men are dead. I mean, a few of them died in the middle of the Great Depression. 16 years after the Federal Reserve was established is when the Great Depression hit. Only 16 years later, on October 29th, 1929, the stock market crashed and the world was thrown into the deepest and longest depression of the 20th century.
Yeah.
The banks ignored the warning signs of the overlending during the Roaring 20s. All that new credit coming in, everyone's like, yeah, I'll take it, and then not realizing that they'll have to pay it back, really. According to Nobel Prize-winning economist Milton Friedman, the 1929 Great Depression was deliberate, and it could have been stopped at any time by pumping money into the system, much like JP did in 1907. But instead, they let the money decline by 33%, sending most banks into bankruptcy. In an interview with NPR in 1996, Friedman said, "The Federal Reserve definitely caused the Great Depression by contracting the amount of currency in circulation by 1/3 from 1929 to 1933.
Okay.
So a very short amount of time, money's out of the economy. In 2002, Ben Bernanke, then a member of the Federal Reserve Board, he acknowledged what economists have long believed, that the Federal Reserve's mistakes contributed to the worst economic disaster in American history. So
far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Always the worst so far.
It is. Well, this is in 2002 that he said this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the halcyon days.
He doesn't know about the recession yet. But still, yes, so far. In a speech given at a conference to honor Milton Friedman on the occasion of his 90th birthday, that's the name of this conference, Bernanke said, "Regarding the Great Depression, we did it. We're very sorry. We won't do it again."
Take our word for it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Trust us. We've learned from our mistakes.
The Great Depression lasted a decade, beginning in 1929, ending during the World War II. Industrial production plummeted, unemployment soared, families suffered, marriage rates fell, and it all began in the United States and it spread around the globe.
There was some silver lining. The marriage rates fell.
Yeah, marriage rates fell. Yeah. When times are tough, people don't come together. Yeah. The different leaders of the Federal Reserve disagreed on many issues at this time. The supposed experts disagreed about the best course of action. They all had different perceptions of the events, and they advocated for different solutions to the problems.
Okay.
So they didn't have anything in place, basically.
Yeah.
They just thought they would figure it out as they went along. Some thought that they should help as the lender of last resort. We are the reserve. We have reserves for this reason. Let's help. Others thought, let the weak banks fail. They just wanted to continue this. And they thought, well, the strong, good institutions will survive. Just condense is what you're trying to do. Just say another word for condense. We don't want to condense. That's not good, but for them it is.
Yeah.
They also couldn't agree on how much assistance to extend to financial institutions, especially the ones that did not belong to the Federal Reserve, because there were still some that weren't on board. And again, those leaders were like, fuck them, don't give them anything. And some were like, we should help. So back and forth, but nothing being done during this time.
Yeah.
The declining supply of funds in the economy would cause a deflation, and it would lead to more issues with debt, like debt burdens, distorted economic decision-making, reduced consumption. Consumers weren't buying as much.
Okay.
More unemployment, banks were forced to close, firms and individuals were forced into bankruptcy, and all of this just stemmed from the Federal Reserve not knowing what to do and then just doing nothing during this time. The flaws in the Federal Reserve structure became very apparent during these times, and Congress responded by reforming the Federal Reserve. Multiple banking acts were passed, blah, 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 to get us where we are today. To my untrained eye, though, after seeing the progression, we're not that different still.
Yeah.
We just maybe have more policies in place, but the structure is basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but from my, again, untrained eye, it looks roughly the same.
It probably is.
The Federal Reserve today is set up with 7 members of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. They are nominated by the sitting president at the time and confirmed by the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And a full term is 14 years.
14 years. What a weird number.
I thought that was odd too. Yeah.
14? Is there anything else that's 14 years?
I don't know.
Weird.
There's also the chair and the vice chair of the board that are nominated by the president as well. And I think the Senate has to confirm that too. But either way, they're nominated by the sitting president. Mm-hmm. And they have 4-year terms, these top 2. And I looked into who is the chair today. And this year, the chair changed.
Yeah.
From Jerome Powell.
Mm-hmm.
He served 2 years. Or not 2 years, 2 terms. So 8 years total. And he was the chair from 2018 to May of this year, 2026. It just happened. Mm-hmm. So that's that with him. Goodbye. You did your best. And our new chair, do you know who it is?
I've seen photos of him. I can't think of his name right now.
Kevin Warsh. Warsh. And I just think of my dad who says washer and dryer because he's like from the South. Yeah. And he just says wash. Go wash your hands, washer, dryer. So I think of that. But Kevin Warsh, he was a Wall Street investment banker before this. And so, I don't know, that seems fun. But I also looked into what Powell did before, too. And he was also like an investment banker and a lawyer. They all do something like that. We'll see how Kevin Warsh does.
He's appointed by... So we know. There you go.
Yeah. I'm going to bleep out that name.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want any.
We know who he's appointed by. That sets the tone right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So who knows what's going to happen? I did also see when I was searching into what today's world is like, is that quite a few economists are predicting another depression in 2030. They're saying it's around the corner. I stopped reading after that. So look up yourselves, guys. Do your own research on that because I was like, okay, this is getting a little too rabbit hole, too conspiracy. I'm sure depressions have been predicted before and maybe never happened. I don't know, but whatever. We seem to be doing great.
Well, depression's depression.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'll be ready for it. Deal with depression every day.
Well, the sun is shining today, and we're going to go outside, and Michigan's summer has begun.
Sunshine bores the daylights out of me.
Mm-hmm. You do like the beach, though. Don't even deny that.
Yeah. I just wish there weren't so many people there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't really like the beach. You do. But I like to be outside in the sun. So anyway. That's a nice way to end this.
Yeah.
Oh, please follow us on Spotify, Apple, like, rate, review. It really, really, really does help us a lot. And it doesn't take anything from you. You just click a button and then you move on and forget about us forever. That's fine. Just like, rate, review, comment, anything you want. That's it. Just do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
She just saw Starsky and Hutch for the first time. The Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson one. Yeah. Anyway.
So do it. I'll have to find that clip too. Do it.
Yeah. I told you.
You said I'm going to say it all the time, and I do
once
now.
Once you see this is going to be the catchphrase. Yep. All right.
Okay. Well, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?